A real differentiator for Motion Industries is our after-hours department. At the end of each day, over 400 branches will roll their phones into this bank of professionals here. And not only are they subject matter experts, but they're transportation experts. They can take their product and get it where it needs to go as soon as possible. We process over 10,000 calls a month, and like the distribution center itself, we never close.
The sole responsibility of the after hours is to answer all emergency after hours questions from customers and branches. We also help in inclement weather. We have individuals on call that may answer any after hours calls due to the fact of closures, floods, and etc. If the branches are not able to get to their destination.
Our primary function, I would say, is to provide breakdown customer assistance. In other words, something breaks down in the middle of the night or weekends or a holiday and they need the parts immediately. We find those parts and then we figure out how we're going to get them to them. We use couriers, we use our internal courier service, we sometimes set up customer pickups at the distribution centers, whatever it takes to get the customer taken care of. That's our primary function. In addition to that, scheduling couriers, tracking orders, we get a wide variety of other types of calls as well.
We have very knowledgeable individuals that will go the extra mile to make sure that we find the answer that's needed to get the customers the parts that's needed. After hours is very, very much appreciated. We handle over 10,000 phone calls in one given month. As far as the individuals, these are individuals that's worked hands-on in the warehouse with the product, so they're very familiar when a customer calls up and asks or gives a description on the item. As far as the vendors, they know the vendors, and once again, it comes from the experience from working in the warehouse as well as on the sales counter.
The way we usually help customers is they come in, they call in needing parts, and we try to find them and get them to them as quickly as possible with the most efficient, money-saving ways.
In the after hours, we basically serve two different customers. We serve the branches, that's our internal customer. We want them to be able to spend time with their families and enjoy the holidays, and so when they're not at work, we want them to be able to not have to worry about work. We also serve, obviously, their customers, so each branch has hundreds, if not thousands, of customers. All of those customers that have accounts set up with the branch, they're our external customers, and so we typically split time between both. We'll help the branches if they need help, because a lot of the customers will actually call their salesperson directly on their cell phone. So they'll call us and ask us to look up the parts and do whatever we can do to help them. And then we also serve the customers. So we get calls from both the branches and the customers.
It's a one-call service. You can call once, tell them what you need. They're going to search, going to find the parts. They're going to arrange the shipping, let the customer know immediately when they might be able to expect the parts they're looking for.
The customer is able to call and get a real person, real time, access to the inventory. They don't have to page somebody out. You don't have to wait for somebody to call you back, and they can pretty much get answers on the spot.
Most time they just call in, they need parts. It just depends on their particular situation. Sometimes they need sprockets, bearings, gearboxes, reducers. I mean, there's a huge inventory of what they could possibly need. And our job is to, if they don't have the part number, our job is to help identify what they have and see how fast we can get it to them and save them as much money as possible.
It's like they're just kind of a natural part of what we do. You know, the service center down here, sometimes we'll call them for help because the customers call them and they're talking to them about something, and the customers, I think often feel like they're talking to somebody from the branch because it's so personal.
Our customers feel very comfortable calling our after-hours people because they know they're going to be talking to a knowledgeable Motion employee, not an answering service or a machine. It's an actual person.
I was out of town one weekend at a ball game, and a customer called me directly on my cell phone. I didn't have access to my computer or any information, so I called the after hours group. It was not a vendor I had heard of before, and the after hours group said, well, they're in our vendor location. So I told them what the customer was looking for, and they were able to source it. And this was Saturday afternoon about 3 o'clock, and by Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, the customer had, the part had been built by the vendor and driven to the customer. And he gave us the old part for repair. they had a spare, and it helped solidify. This was a fairly new customer at the time, so it helped solidify our relationship with the customer and allowed us to gain new business.
I would say that the immediate response to get things done that very few other people in the country can get it done for them quickly, get them back up running again, and save them money. The customer wants to save money when he's got people standing around. He wants it fixed as fast as possible. And to have somebody like a motion shop in the middle of the night available, that's very valuable.
I was on call, probably 3 months ago, and I got a call at 3 o'clock in the morning from our after-hours people. One of our cereal plants had a machine down. So they called our phone. I came, picked up the bearings, very large spherical bearings, and delivered them to Battle Creek within an hour after receiving the phone call. And this happened 2 nights in a row.
Anybody that doesn't know that we have an after hours, please feel free to give us a call. We're here to help you, and we'll go above and beyond to do anything we can to get you back on the right track.
I mean, there's someone live on the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. So if you can get your branch rep, just call your branch, and more than likely it will roll to the after hours, and we'll help you the best of our ability. And if we can't help you, we'll contact your branch.
We're proud of our after-hours department. Your calls are in good hands when they ring into our bank of professionals here. Not only can we find the part that you're looking for, we can get it to you in the time frame that you demand.